The Sanctuary of Lourdes is one of the most visited Catholic shrines in the world, with around 4 million tourists coming every year. The sanctuary is the area around the grotto where Bernadette saw apparitions of the Virgin Mary. They are in the riverbank, and it is the area where people come to pray. The sanctuary covers 53 hectares and has 22 places of worship. It is a destination for the sick and disabled pilgrims, as the Lord's water, which has flowed from the grotto since the apparitions, is reported for miraculous healings. The Basilica of the Immaculate Conception is the upper basilica dating back to 1871, the first chapel requested by the Virgin Mary during the 13th apparition. The crypt of the Basilica of the Immaculate Conception is one of the three most important churches located on the grounds where St Bernadette experienced her apparitions in the city of Lourdes. The Virgin requested that the people will build a church in here. Three were to come with this crypt, being the first in 1866, while the main basilica continued being constructed until 1871. The crypt is in effect the middle church between the upper basilica of the Immaculate Conception and just above the lower basilica of Our Lady of Rosary, with its entrance on the ground level. The crypt's entrance is through a small indoor area of only 50 square meters, including a chapel of St. Michael, where you can view the reliquary shrine, which holds relics of St. Bernadette, acquired in 1925 from the convent chapel of the Sisters of Never, where she was laid to rest. Following the back of the church, you will find several chapels where you can stop to pray and enjoy the Gothic architecture and beautiful small chapel spaces. It was in the chapel of St. Anne where we had our private mass. guide brought us to the riverbank near the grotto, which is the very place where the apparition occurred, and within it is the spring that Bernadette discovered. To the right of the grotto are the taps where you can drink Lourdes water. Go and drink at the spring and wash yourself there. These words of the Virgin Mary to Bernadette during one of the apparitions inspired the creation of the baths near the grotto, in which the pilgrims are immersed. Whether a believer or not, you are all invited to this very profound experience. In view of the health context, immersion is no longer possible. Instead, the volunteers of the Hospitality of Our Lords are inviting pilgrims to take part in the water gesture by washing their face, hands, and forearms with water from the miraculous spring. In 1858, a time when Lourdes had a population of just over 4,000, the Virgin Mary appeared to the young Bernadette Soubirous. On February 11, 1858, Bernadette went to the Massabil Rock in the banks of the Gave to gather dead woods, the spot known as the Pig's Shelter, and it was so dirty and dark. Our Lady instructed Bernadette to dig in the ground nearby, from which came a spring with healing properties, which is still active to this date. Bernadette was still then 14 years old and was visited by the Blessed Virgin Mary. Bernadette told her mother about the enchanted first vision and how wonderful it was to such a beautiful lady. Between February 11 and July 16, 1858, she experienced 18 apparitions in a cave on the outskirts of Lourdes, which is now known as the Grotto.